Hello YouTubers, Tony Walker. Hope you've been enjoying my Bible review videos, flashlight videos, EDC videos. Got something else I want to show you today. This is a Surefire X200 weapon light. I bought it maybe three or so years ago, I guess. Saw it on Craigslist used, and I wanted a light like this for my shotgun, but I definitely wasn't going to use it enough to justify spending, what one of these costs full price. So saw one on Craigslist one day for sale, significantly cheaper than what you would pay in a store. Very, very much cheaper, from a guy who was on a SWAT team in Alabama. Or at least that's what he said. So bought this. When I bought it, you can see there's some fouling or wear on the top of the light right there, where he said it was on the pistol he had it on said that the barrel only come to here, and I guess the gases over a period of time wore the finish off right there. But it's not really that big of a deal. When it is on my shotgun anyway, the way the rails are mounted on the side of the pump action, it's facing the barrel of the shotgun anyway, so it's not like you can see it. One other thing I'm going to do with this is get a Surefire F04 diffuser. What that is, that's the 1-inch caps from Surefire made out of rubber that have a lens on them. They have a blue filter, a red filter, and then a clear diffuser, which would turn this light in from a small hot spot and would turn it into, this may not work, but that gives you an idea, except on a much greater scale. Instead of a tight hot spot, you put that filter on it, and like this piece of plastic broadened the beam out just a little bit. What the diffuser from Surefire does is just turns the light into a pure flood beam. So light up a whole room a lot better. And I'm not going to be using this at distance anyway. If I ever, hopefully not, but if I ever did need to use this for why I bought it, I'd rather light up the whole room, and our house isn't that big anyway, so I don't have to shine it down a 100-foot hallway or anything like that. So it was in good shape when I bought it. One thing that you may want to take note of, excuse me, and I realize this probably wasn't made exactly for shotguns, but made more for handguns, but you can buy remote switches to put on here with the pressure pad, but I just haven't. So anyway, got it on the side of my shotgun. When I hold it, got my left hand on the pump, I can flip the switches, turn it on like that. Definitely don't want your hand on it when the gun fires. I've made that mistake before, and it cut my nail. So I learned one time to keep my thumb out of the way there. But there was a snake in the yard, and I shot it, and I noticed, I wanted to make sure he was dead, so I emptied it on him. And I noticed towards the end, the flashlight was just about ready to fall off the Picatinny rail. And so I couldn't figure it out. I put it on there, and it was locked in place. This thing was up all the way, locking it in the slot on the rail, and I couldn't quite figure it out. And I'm definitely not a gun expert, so I didn't really know where to begin troubleshooting. I can't remember if I posted some things on some forums or called Surefire, but eventually what happened, I got in touch with Surefire, and you can look on the inside here of this plate, and the U, if I'm not mistaken, stands for universal, and then the P stands for Picatinny. I used to know the measurements of each one and how they're different. I don't remember anymore. That was a few years ago when I was all into that and looking that up. So you can look that up, but just determine whether you need the universal with the U marking or the Picatinny with a P marking, because what was happening when I had the other plate in there on the shotgun, just the force from the gun going off was just gradually, just enough, was just moving this plate, and then each time the gun would fire, the flashlight would want to go up, and then eventually it would just work its way till it's almost fixing to fall off the rail if you're not paying attention. So sure, if you're not familiar with Surefire, read about them online. People obviously don't like the price of them, I guess me included, but we like what goes along with the price. A great warranty, great customer service. Several times I've emailed or called Surefire and asked them about something and got it in the mail for free without ever asking. Not a whole flashlight, of course, but any parts you might need. If you go to Surefire's website and click on the Contact tab, and then click on the products or repair or something to that effect, you'll see a link in there that says rapid repair warranty, or rapid repair program, I believe it is. And they have several parts on there that you can get for free without even having to call or email. I guess it's just parts that they just don't want to go through the hassle of having somebody wait on the phone to talk to them, and I imagine they're always busy every time I call them. So I'm guessing what that is, they just got an inventory of parts and said it's just easier for us just to send the things to people for free rather than try to go through all this warranty information. So so that's dead simple. These plates are on that page, as well as some pocket clips and tail cap switches and things like that. Way you change the battery, got a little tab right there, you press it down, and this opens up. Two CR123s. See down in there. You just got your layout right here so you know which way to put them in. And then close that back. There we go. Make sure that's down. And there you go. You can mount it to whatever, your rifle, shotgun, probably most people pistol. You just never used anything like this. Just pull that down, slide it on your rail, and wherever it gets where you want it, just let go. And there's a spring up under this plate. If you ever do have to change it, what you do, make sure you don't lose these screws. You get a little wrench, loosen these screws, but be very careful because there is a spring under here. And then you'll lift this off, and then you'll lift this off, and then what that's going to leave is this plate right here, which is the same. These tabs on the side are a continuation of this plate. So just keep your hands like that when you're undoing it. You don't want to lose these screws. And then you'll take the plate off. Probably can't see it. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get that angle. But right up under there, there's a really flat coil spring up under there, which puts the pressure on this plate to keep it up, so it's not going to slide back and forth in that rail. And when I remember now, when I did change this part out, the spring up under there was extremely flat. Like it didn't have any more strength to it. But other than that, it was pretty simple once I figured out that I needed the U plate instead of the P. The way it works, if it's on your pistol, you have your finger out of the trigger guard and have it on the side. It's made to where you can push up against it like that. You can push up against this right here for your momentary ohm. If you're left-handed, you can push it like that. You can have it on your pistol. You just want to come into a room, just do a sweep, and then let go. If you want constant on, just instead of pushing the switch forward with your finger like that, you just flip it like that. It's a little rocking switch. You can turn it to the right side down and the left side up, or the left side down and the right side up, and then when it's in the middle, it's going to return back to off. So either way, it's made for right hand and left hand. If you're better at using this finger to push something up or down, so they've got it laid out like that. momentary on, momentary on. One stage, of course. Surefire says that you don't want a two-stage light, meaning high or low, on something that you have on a weapon, because the last thing you want is the force from a shot to maybe make the spring and the battery disconnect just long enough to where it thinks you're flipping a switch trying to put it in low mode, and then you take a shot and the light switches to low mode, you take another shot, the light switches to high mode, and that's not what you want. This is the X200. One reason I got it for a good price, Surefire now makes, they have a X300, well they did, I don't know if they still make it. When I bought this, they had the X300. Now you can get a X400, which, if I remember right, is 500 lumens. I've looked this up online, the X200, and I'm thinking this is less than 100, maybe close to, I'm thinking 65 lumens. But just something I wanted to go on my shotgun in case I ever needed it. The Surefire X400, you can get that with a laser as well, and I could be wrong, but I'm thinking they have some infrared options with that, but don't hold me to it. I don't really keep up much with the weapon lights. So that's the Surefire X200. The body style will give you an idea of what you can expect from a 300 or 400. If you get to the 400, the head is going to be a little bit bigger. Instead of a 1-inch head, it's going to be closer to a 1.1 inch head, like the newer. Where's my flashlight? I'll show you. Where did I put that thing? Oh well. I was fixing to do a video about a Surefire EB1 backup. I don't know what I did with it. But the head on the 400 is just a tad bit bigger than this one. They also make, I believe, what's called a Y300 now, which, and maybe they'll release a kit where you can use it like this for the 200 or 400, I'm not sure. But you take this off, and then you screw back down this little magnetic base, and then you get a little clip that you can put on your belt, or your truck, or your shirt, or whatever, your backpack. And this turns it into a magnetic base, so it just, like that, and it's strong enough that it's not going to fall, and then you just pull it off, and it's got a little clip on it, if I remember right, and you just use it just like a handheld light. Hold it like that, and just walk around and shine stuff that way. Okay, so that's Surefire X200. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out some other videos if they may be an interest to you. Thanks.